Welcome. The courts of heaven is a spiritual dimension. Just like there are other different dimensions in the heavens, the courts of heaven is one different dimension from the others. This should not replace our presence before our Father Yahweh. This should not be a substitute. The courts of heaven should not be a substitute, neither an alternative for us to go before our Father in prayer, to seek Him, to humble ourselves, to go before Him. This should not be a substitute. The courts of heaven is a dimension of prayer. Most people, when they begin to access the courts, they kind of put away prayer. Just like in every situation, when you're preparing to go to court over any situation of wealth, inheritance, a piece of land, anything, you prepare. You just don't wake up one morning and go to court. You have to have your facts, not emotions, in order. You have to know how to access and present the case before the judge. You have to know the clerks that you have to see. You have to know which court. If it is land, if it is money, if it is wealth, commerce, if it is inheritance, that's family and children, is family court. That is the same order that is in the courts of heaven. A more organized kind of order than what we have here on earth. Do not forget, that is the original concept. What we have here is not a counterfeit, is what we have copied from up there. So you must be ready. You must know your dates. You must know your days. You must know your hours. You must have practiced. You must be ready with your opening and closing in front of your Father, who is the judge at this particular point. All these things must be in order. This is a dimension. So as much as here on earth, you have gone before your Father for you to be able to go to court over a certain situation, it is the same thing there. You have arbitrated, you have asked family and friends to speak to somebody on behalf of a situation that you're going through here, and you did not agree. And maybe you differed. Maybe there was no cohesion. Maybe someone said this was the land, it was half an acre, and you said or claimed it was a whole acre. That's the difference. It is the same thing up there. The judgment there streamlines the judgment here. If you look at a mirror, it looks at you. Use a mirror to understand what I'm saying. When you look at a mirror, you see yourself. That is the original concept. So in the court, when you appear before your judge, your Father, as he will appear before him, he is your lawyer in this situation. You appoint him as your lawyer, as your judge, as your arbitrator. And you also transfer all your earthly files and any other file to him. You also have a conversation between you and him, and you tell him what you haven't told anybody else, which of course in this scenario he knows and understands perfectly. I'm just trying to streamline and bring to the understanding what the coming before the presence of the court really means. You can't just not be ready and go to court. We must be ready. You must prepare. You must have the facts. You must have all information. You must understand the charges. You must understand the loopholes. You must understand the legalities. You must understand the system of operation. You must understand that you must honor the ruling of this court. You must understand that this court stands above every other court of operation. You must understand that your Father here stands in place of your lawyer, that you cannot worry, you cannot doubt, you cannot backtrack. You cannot think back and say it will not go through. You cannot lose hope. You must have enough faith in this court, in this judge, in this lawyer, in this arbitrator, that the ruling and what he instructs you to do in this court has you as his most precious child. You as his most precious, most loved. You are the only thing at that time, at that particular moment, in that timeless zone that matters most to him. The courts of heaven are in session now. God bless you.